Ois, this is Xmas and welcome to Einar. This is probably the only part for a bit, I don't know, at least until the next version comes out. Anyway, it's just a small game so far, but I thought I'd play through the entirety of it in one video and maybe even give it a review, so yeah. I've actually already played it once already, though I skipped all the story bits. Recording purposes mostly, so I'll give a full impression. However, the gameplay bit was mostly just to give an impression on the gameplay, so yeah. More graphics.
I will not forgive and I will not forget! A dumb rock kill us all. Its metal hardened our blades, strengthened our tools. We were the strongest in the land. No one could match us. We were all powerful. But the bigger we are, the harder we fall. Men, women, and children, all of them became monsters, which I will kill with my own hands. I will destroy this rock, even if it ends with my own death.
Okay, so far, the graphics are pretty good. The models, if anything, are pretty good. However, the weapons, I'm not a huge fan of, personally. Like, I find them to look somewhat blandish. Just, I don't know, maybe it's just my personal preference, but I'm not particularly fond of the weapons, but the human models are actually pretty solid, and the overall level design itself is pretty good. It's more or less what you would expect from a God of War-like game. I've never played God of War, mind you. I've played a few action games. I think I played one of them on, on my channel. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was one of the first games I did. Yeah, so yeah. So far there's... Never mind. The enemy design... They're a bit bland. I think you could make them cooler. I'm not entirely sure how, but the overall idea ain't that bad. Personally, not a huge fan of them, nevertheless. But yeah, I'd like to see if it gets developed better. Just not developed, designed a bit better. And yeah, it could be pretty cool. I kind of wish there were chopping physics to this, because I think that'd make it even more badass, and maybe adding some destructive physics or destruction physics or whatever, so you can like destroy that. There wouldn't really be much of a point, but at least like have like feedback when you hit it, like you hit it and like you pull back or whatever. And really, that's not really that necessary, but it'd be cool anyway, because why not, really? Seriously, why not? I say graphically, if anything, the lava zombies, if you will, are their graphics aren't that great. I think it could look better. The AI that looked towards you directly and walked to the side, that's a bit off. Part of me feels like they run at you too quick, and right there he's running into a wall. That's generally not a good thing that you want your. That's generally not a thing you want your monsters and AI to do. Understandably, of course, I know this is a beta, but I'm just reviewing it as is. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. In fact, overall gameplay is actually pretty good. And the story. It's just beta, it's like 20 minutes. There's not much to say. I think the voice acting for the main character, who I assume is called Einar or something, is a bit meh. Let's just say that. But seriously, it's not that great. It's a bit too generic. If anything, the AI on this enemy is a bit shaky. It's functional, but I mean, like, I feel like the way it sort of attacks. I mean, I like that they decided to go for a more Dark Souls feel with the particular big guy, which is fine. But I don't know. Maybe the overall combat could be better if all the enemies were kind of like that to some point. As far as I could tell, though, it's supposed to be more like God of War, where there were small enemies you could easily kill. But yeah, I don't really know. But whatever. And okay, the healing system. I feel like it could use maybe a wee little more UI. Maybe like the monsters glow red at first, and you hit them, and the HP goes down, and their color gets more gray or something, or white. I don't know. Maybe they just glow. The glow just goes down, or maybe you could just add a small health bar, especially for like the bosses. It'd be like up there, or like for the large guys. At least the first time you see them. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. You see like 3 of them total, and yeah. I think they're not as fun as they should be, I think. Oh, that was a bit... That needs a bit fixing. A bit fixing. And so fixing it. Okay. These enemies are basically ranged ones, and the ones I just been doing. And I find them to be fairly annoying. We should be... Oh, there we go. I feel that's a bit overpowered. See? I think you, like, just standing on it kills you. But as far as I'm concerned, that doesn't excuse how overpowered it is. I feel it should be nerfed a bit, at least. And it would be overall better for that. I don't like how getting hit also interrupts your attack. I mean, technically it makes sense, but it's kind of annoying. And games are supposed to be fun and not annoying. So that could definitely use a patching or fixing or whatever. Okay, why aren't I healing? Oh, it's right there. Okay. That's a bit off. Okay. I think that's all enemies. I kind of wish the regeneration was a bit faster, or that there was regeneration, instead of like defeat all enemies and you escape. However, with the overall difficulty of the enemies, I think it's okay as is. I'm not really sure. It probably could use some patching or editing or whatever, updating, and maybe it'll be a bit better. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why he hits the shield sometimes. I don't think it does any damage. It just seems to sort of like waste your time, or maybe it's supposed to be like a combo thing. I think with how it is, if there were a clear combo thing, gameplay element, whatever, it'd be marginally better. Especially for those who like this type of game. But yeah, I'm just reviewing as I think, or whatever. Yeah. I am being very, very, very redundant, as I know I've said that like 4 times now. And this is only like a fucking 15-minute video or something. Okay. Okay, the funny thing is, even though I just died, I'm pretty sure I did the entire thing without dying last time. I got very close to dying this time. in this part, I mean. And I think maybe, I mean, it's easy-ish, but I don't know. I feel like it's more annoying than it should be, to say the least. Okay. Maybe it's more like a targeting the right enemy, or the right enemy. I'm not really sure. It seems to be working well right now. This one. I know killing the grunts, if you will, first did help a lot. Like this time, I'm doing better than I've ever. I mean, ever. This is only the second time I've played it. Okay. I'm hoping that as the game goes on, you can eventually get more powerful, maybe better weapons, upgrades. Personally, as a fan of RPGs, I would like to see where you just like pick up items. But, based off the look of your weapon right now, that's probably not going to be the case. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know. Okay. If I recall correctly, anyway, this is the last one. Please. Checkpoint after the last one. God damn it. Alright. Finish this. Okay, neat, that was quick. I kind of hope at least you could, like, get better armor. I think if any RPG aspect should be put into it, just, like, getting better armor, picking it up. And again, this is just my opinion as an RPG fan. And that's it. So I was right. 3 of those giant things. It'd be kind of nice. Nah, never mind. I was gonna mention a bestiary. Maybe not. I don't know. I really like the idea of bestiaries, but I'm not sure if it would work for this game. I mean, it's so very early on in the development. So anyway, overall, it's a pretty solid game. It advertises itself as being AAA quality, and I'm sorry to tell you, it's not quite there. Obviously, the people behind it are, shit, I forget the word. They know what they're doing, and obviously they're talented and have put a good amount of time into this. So, there. What is the word? I really can't remember. But basically, let's just go with they know what they're doing and user interface. What user interface? But they're competent. Yes, they're competent. These people obviously are competent. Yeah. I'd like to see this game get updated. Maybe add more. Maybe more story. Better voice acting. Better story. Better writing. Better monsters. More equipment. Yada yada yada. I'm sure it will eventually be. I'm terrible at this. I'm sure it'll eventually be way better than what it is. I already said eventually, didn't I? I'm just the worst. But yeah, all around, it's a solid game, and it's free too. So it's on Steam. As far as I know, that's it. Because I haven't looked into it. Because fuck that. But seriously, motion capture, that explains. I'm still not sure what it's up with the whole shield hitting animation. So yeah, good job. What was it? Game Punks, something Punks. I already wasn't paying attention. Damn it. But yeah, good job. And what I would like to see more from these people, specifically with this game, and maybe more games sometime in the future. So with that, feel free to support this game and play it and give more feedback. Give feedback if you feel like I skipped out on anything or whatever. And if you happen to be watching it, you the something punks, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm honored. And with that, auf Wiedersehen.